All right, welcome on back. So at this point, we have chain dash now, and so we're going to be able to move faster through. I highly suggest practicing groupings of 2. If you watched the dash mechanics video about chain dash, this is where I would just practice doing chains of 2 all over the place. Okay. But then from here, after you buy chain dash, just go ahead and exit the shop and just start doing chain dashes and sequences of 2 and start working through east. Right? So here is a med kit here that you can grab, right, for safety. But yep, just using chains of 2. And you'll notice that I'm also like not going out of my way anymore for bits. We don't need any more bits for the rest of the run. But just doing even sequences of 2 as we progress through. Here I'm gonna go through this bush here because it allows me to get past those frogs and guarantees that I will not get hit by a shuriken out of the cutscene. Then here is a nice little safety medkit if you need one. Fantastic. And that movement section is very difficult. I made that look a lot easier than it actually is. So here is going to be a sequence where I actually do a full chain dash. And so I'm going to be letting go of all all walking keys if you're on keyboard and mouse, or just dashing as early as you can on controller. And that's because entering a cough cutscene will actually end up reverting your dash count. Then 3 more groupings of 2, and another pair to get to the first module in east. And just like with the first module in north, after the game saves, go ahead and open and close the game menu in order to have the game stop from forcefully opening the map. Then just go ahead and progress onto this elevator, and we're going to work our way up. Great. Yep, so here at this waypoint, a really nice thing with this waypoint is if you took any damage at all, I highly suggest just saving on this waypoint and then opening and closing the game menu once again to stop the map from opening. And that will fully heal you back up to full health, which is very, very nice. Then here is another place where you want to do a full chain dash sequence like this into cough cutscene. Oops. And then we're going to progress on down. So down here is going to be another arena where we're going to have to come up against a bunch of big plant guys. And it's going to take exactly 3 plinks in order to kill a plant guy. Here I like to preemptively set my mouse cursor here to shoot that small plant while the big guy dashes at me. Then, destroying the left of the small plants there will spawn this next guy, and then that will in turn spawn this next guy as well. Cool. Then we're going to dash up here in order to work towards our next module. So this section is a bit scary to move through as a new runner, but what you want to do is dash up here, then dash down and back up with a chain dash sequence. So all together, let me just kill these guys to get them out of the way so I can show this. Oh, and this guy as well because he's annoying. So I'm going to dash down to this platform and then back up, like so. And then just doing groupings of 2, you can just end up dashing around everything without a care in the world. And that will bring you to your next module, excuse me. Great. So this section in general is amazing for getting medkits. There's a health kit there. There's a health kit down there if you need one, right? But before you drop down here, just make sure after you get the module, you activate this pedestal, which lowers this wall here, and will in turn save the game, right? I'm full on medkits. I took a little damage, but there's going to be another medkit. It's a little bit quicker to grab at the other end of this elevator. Great. Okay, fantastic. So here, coming through here, you can like pistol shot one of those plants and then attack the other. Whoops, and that'll spawn this big guy. I was a little bit slow on the uptake. And then I like to use 2 pistol shots there. Another grouping of 3. And then dash up here. Plink. Chain of 2. Plink. And 2 pistol shots to take out that guy. And then a sequence of 3 there to take out that last enemy. Great. Then we're going to come over here to the left and open this key door because we got that key in north. Then up there is a safety medkit that loses you no time to collect if you're fast. And then we're going to enter this area. So right when you enter this area, go ahead and sword attack that small plant to get 1 ammo back. It's worth it. There's going to be a bunch of these torches, and they are on a global timer when you enter this. That means that the cycle is always going to be the same when you enter this room. Then we're going to do a chain to get over here. I like to shoot this plant and then do groupings of 2 to get over to this platform. Then just go ahead and take out these riflemen here and dash down here. Then go ahead and heal if you're not on full medkits. If you're on full medkits, just collect this medkit here. And that'll fully heal you, and then collect this module. This room is hard. This is going to be a very difficult section for a beginner who's going through the speedrun, but the more sort of practice you get with it, the more use you get to just like getting through these sections with groupings of 2, right? Then here, just go ahead and pistol shoot that plant and dash over and just get through. But that is a very scary room. I made that look a lot easier than it actually is. Then here, this elevator here, you can actually do a mid-dash activation on. Some elevators you cannot do mid-dash activations on, but that one you can. Then coming up here, we're going to do 1 dash followed by a sequence of 2 to trigger these 2 cutscenes, and I aim slightly to the left. Notice how I'm a little bit to the left. Then I'm going to dash up and to the right and up and to the left, like so. And that'll give me just enough distance, right? Then I'm going to dash up here. And then you can do a full chain dash chain or just groupings of 2. And then there, a grouping of 3 into a grouping of 2 is optimal, but you can just do 2 groupings of 2 if you want. Then we're gonna go hit this cutscene here, dash twice here, and then walking into this corner here, we can actually just make that dash there. Great. Then here's another arena. Just work your way through and plink. You can actually fire 2 pistol shots at a range to get through this barrier a little bit quicker. Great. Then if you're not on full ammo, I like to just sword slash those guys there. And if you took any damage, there is a safety medkit right there. Great. Okay. So there, dashing up there will spawn these enemies. And then just go ahead and continue to blink to get through. And killing all of those enemies will spawn this pathway here. Great. It's groupings of 2 all over the place. Go ahead and plink that guy. Activate the switch to lower the wall. And then up and around to be able to progress on with the level. Great. So here, activating that switch will lower these barricades. And here we're going to come into our next arena. So there's 2 of these frog enemies here. The one down here to the right, when you kill him, that will spawn the next enemy in the arena. So go ahead and take out that guy first. And then I like to use 2 pistol shots on that guy. Notice how we didn't actually have to kill off that enemy there, that pink frog there, or those 2 small plants. Then here's a medkit that loses you no time to collect. And then you can progress on through to the boss room. So here, this boss, what we're going to do is do a chain of 3 and then walk forward to about here. The boss's trigger is about here, so just be aware of that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to aim in the center, fire our pistol, and then dash immediately. if you do this, you'll end up skipping an 8-second cutscene. Then what you want to do is dash over up here to the left and walk into this position here. Okay? If you are too high, what the boss will end up doing is starting to throw these canisters, right? And then if you are too low, the boss will end up punching the ground, right? And then just go ahead and non-stop pistol plink the boss. So to show this again from the entrance to get into the spot, right? 1, 2, 3, and then walk and pistol shot. And then just pistol plink the boss to death. Fantastic. And that is East boss. So this is one of the main reasons why we do this boss first, is because it is the easiest in the run. But also because it's going to get us access to a new weapon and be able to just clear out East. Great. So right after you finish activating this pylon, we're going to quit and reload, which saves about like 2 seconds. Maybe a little bit less than that. And that will skip the pylon cutscene where it's like coming up and raising. And will also stop the game from forcefully opening the map. Then doing chains of 2, we're going to come over here and grab the shotgun. So with the shotgun, if I am saying things like shotgun swapping to take it off of cooldown, or shotgun plinking, and you don't know what that is, go back and watch the plinking mechanics video. That is at the beginning of this guide. Cool. Alright, I'm assuming you have watched that and you understand what I mean by shotgun swapping to take it off of cooldown. Okay. Great. Alright. So coming down here, it's going to be the first time that we actually encounter our 4th module. And something I'm going to mention is that when you collect the 4th module in an area, if you're playing on New Game, which is standard Drifter, or New Game Plus, a very long and very loud cutscene will play. And we have 2 ways of skipping that cutscene. The first one is by quitting and reopening the game after the game saves from collecting this module, or we can do one of those teleport tricks that we did to go from north back to town. So we're actually going to do a teleport trick because it's a little bit quicker. We're going to teleport back to north, okay? So the way I like to set this up visually is you notice this dark purple mountain range here, right? This dark purple mountain range, and this like fuchsia or this like pinkish purple mountain range that's slightly above it, right? Right between these two is this line. And this line directly lines up with the north teleporter. So when you open the map, just hold up and to the left. And then when you hit that line, just hold to the left and that'll take you to the teleporter. Okay? Just like that. And you will make it every single time. However, if you're too slow, it'll just close the map and start the cutscene, in which case you have to quit and reload the game in order to skip it. And then if you are too slow quitting and reloading, a very loud sound bug will occur that you can't get out of unless you fully quit the game and reopen it, losing you about 30 seconds. So just be aware of that. Okay, so now that we're back in North, we have Chain Dash and we have the shotgun. So now we're going to go and confront North Boss. So just go ahead and Chain Dash up. Make sure you're low enough here. If you're too high, you'll end up triggering this cutscene, which loses you 6 seconds. So just make sure as you're coming up, you like hug these trees here, and then come up to grab your 3rd module from North. So here, the 3rd triangle will fall in. Fantastic. Great, okay. So coming down here, we're going to go through the 3 module door to head towards North Boss. So right before North Boss is going to be the 4th module, as well as an arena that we have to kill. And so the shotgun is going to be really nice for that, because the shotgun is going to take out those 5 hit point enemies in 1 shot. So just make sure that you have the shotgun currently equipped. Oops. That's fine. All right. So coming into this room, it's very easy to take a death. So if you've taken any damage, go ahead and heal here and make sure you get the save here. If the save icon doesn't trigger, just wiggle yourself up and down, and then you'll see the icon appear. Cool. But here what we're gonna do is come up to this guy, shoot him with the shotgun, and then come over here and shoot that guy with the shotgun. Then just go ahead and pistol plink and destroy those green guys, right? So pistol plink the 2 HP thin bird guys, and then green slimes only take 1 hit to kill, so you can just use your sword for that. And try and exit this arena on full ammo. Then come over here for your 4th module. So here we're not actually going to do a teleport trick here, we're actually going to quit and reload. So go ahead and activate the module and watch for the save icon. And right when the save icon appears, go ahead and quit out and reload. Then when you do this, you'll be lying down, so just go ahead and sit and stand back up, right like we did right at the beginning of the run, to stand up a little bit faster. Great. Then here is a safety medkit. Fantastic. Then if you aren't on full ammo, just go ahead and start destroying these books. Just go crazy. Yeah. And that'll get you little bits of ammo back. But it's important that we go into the north boss fight on full ammo. Then over here is also a safety medkit if you need another one. And then here is another safety medkit that loses you no time to collect. Then entering the boss fight, make sure the save icon appears. And we're going to dash twice into the boss fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just showcase off the boss fight. And then I'm going to post a video in the description down below of me doing the boss like 10 times or so in a row without commentary or anything. So you can just like sort of see the different patterns I get with the boss and how I handle that each time. But that being said, for this boss fight, it's going to start in the middle, and then it's going to summon 1 to 2 paths, and then it's going to teleport to one of the 4 corners. The corner it decides to teleport to is based on where you're standing. So if you're standing to the bottom left of a certain spot on the map, it will teleport up and to the right. And same with each of the other directions. And so there's some like weird nuances that go in with the position and stuff like that that I'm not going to get into detail. But basically the paths are going to chase you around and try and sort of cut you off. Then after it does some stuff in the corner, it will teleport back to the middle to summon some birds. So what we're going to try and do is get 2 shotgun plinks off at the beginning, dodge like the first path, and then get another 1 to 2 shotgun plinks and some sword slashes to get some ammo back. And then we're going to chase it. Right? Whoops. And just try and not take damage. There we go. So that was a pretty spaghetti fight for me. But that's totally fine. That is totally fine. The important thing is that I didn't take a death. If you have to like back off and heal as well, that is like completely reasonable. But here we don't actually want to collect the bits. Collecting the bits loses time. Here's a safety medkit if you are out of medkits, but you don't actually need to heal right now. But that being said, here is a weapon. This is going to be the laser rifle. I suggest picking up the laser rifle. This is going to be useful for keyboard and mouse runners and not very useful for a controller runner. So if you are on controller, feel free to skip this laser. Feel free to skip it. Then here is the pylon. So here we're going to do a teleport trick as we're activating this pylon back to town. So that's going to look like this. So it's down and slightly to the left. And that'll bring us back to town and end the segment here. And then from here, we're going to head on over to west. So cool, we have now finished half of the run. Cheers.